Hey, it's the political kid here, and today I'm gonna be explaining how how likely it is for certain candidates who I predicted to win the nomination in 2028 to actually win against each other. So if you watch my last videos, you know who it is. But just for a recap, for the Democrats, I've chosen Josh Shapiro and Gavin Newsom for a potential running in 2028, and for the Republicans, I did Robert F. Kennedy, Glenn Youngkin, Vivek Ramaswamy, Ronda Santz, and JD Vance. So today we're going to be putting them against each other and seeing what is the likelihood of each scenario and just what would the election look like. Starting off with the ones I thought that it would be least likely for them to run for the nomination and then win the nomination with Josh Shapiro and Robert F. Kennedy. Although the Republicans are really popular, I don't know if Robert F. Kennedy is the right one to win the nomination in 2028. I mean, a lot of Democrats did support him during the 2024 election since they didn't like Biden and they wanted someone who had the Kennedy name. But when now he's in Trump's administration, and it's gonna hurt him with a lot of people. So, and Josh Shapiro he's from the Midwest. He's governor of Pennsylvania. So I can maybe see Robert F. Kennedy maybe winning Arizona, Georgia, maybe North Carolina, but not Nevada, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Now moving on, we're going to have Josh Shapiro go up against Glenn Youngkin. Now, these are two governors who are very popular within their own state. Even their political opponents in the state kind of like them. So I would say that Virginia would actually maybe become a swing state because of this, but also I'd say that the Midwest would probably still go to Shapiro. So I could see Shapiro barely winning Virginia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin would basically be a tie, I would say. Josh Shapiro would win Nevada, and then Glenn Youngkin would win Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina, probably. So for the next scenario, we have Josh Shapiro versus Vivek Ramaswamy. Now, I could see Josh Shapiro still winning Pennsylvania, maybe Michigan, but I don't know if he'd win other swing states. I'd probably say that Nevada could be almost a tied. Vivek would probably win Arizona, Wisconsin, North Carolina, and Georgia. So, I mean, he's definitely got the funds for it too, Vivek. So, I could see Josh Shapiro trying to do a lot of stuff across the Midwest, but if Vivek has the funds, the Republicans don't do below average. I mean, Vivek has a close lead in that race. So even though I said that Vivek Ramaswamy would have a worse chance of winning the Republican nomination than Ron DeSantis, I feel like Ron DeSantis would probably have a harder time winning the general election, as we could potentially. I mean, he's from the South, he's governor of Florida. I mean, so he's not really popular in the Midwest and out West. So I could definitely see him winning Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona. Wisconsin would definitely be the slimmest of margins for either candidate. And I'd say the rest of the swing states would go to Josh Shapiro. Finally, finishing the Josh Shapiro versus the Republicans, we got Josh Shapiro versus JD Vance. I feel that JD Vance would have better chances in the general election for a couple reasons. One, he's young. Two, he could appeal a lot of people, and during the 2024 election, a lot of people liked him even better than they liked Trump. So he's very likable. He has a great personality, and he could appeal to a lot of people. If he personally talks to you, he seems like a normal, moderate, American guy. So I could definitely see him winning. Maybe not as many as Trump did, but close to it. I could see him losing Nevada and maybe Michigan. But other than that, I mean, Pennsylvania would almost be tied, but I could still see him winning, JD Vance winning Wisconsin, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania would be a tie, but it wouldn't really matter that much. Get into what if Gavin Newsom will win the 2028 Democratic nomination and go against the same candidates. So I feel that for Robert F. Kennedy, Gavin Newsom would have a great chance, actually. And I feel like he could definitely get Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and maybe even Georgia. Because, I mean, Robert F. Kennedy, I mean, he's got the Kennedy name, but he's still got a lot of issues, and it would be really hard for him to win the Republican nomination. And, and we're not even talking about the general election. So it would just be terrible for Republicans if they nominated RFK in 2028. So I definitely think that it would be better for them to nominate other people. And just like I said before, this election could definitely be governor v. governor. And this is the same with Gavin Newsom v. Glenn Youngkin. Now, I could definitely see Gavin Newsom still winning the general election, as Gavin Newsom is definitely, more known than Glenn Youngkin. And I feel like Gavin Newsom, with help from the Democratic Party, could definitely get a lot of funds into the Midwest and, even, Georgia and North Carolina. So I feel that Glenn Youngkin would definitely have a better chance than RFK, but maybe he could still win Georgia, but Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona. But other than that, I think Gavin Newsom would still have a small lead over Glenn Youngkin. We're going to put Gavin Newsom v. Vivek Ramaswamy. Now, like I said, with Vivek Ramaswamy versus Josh Shapiro, Vivek Ramaswamy definitely has the funds. It would definitely be harder for him, Vivek, to win the Republican nomination, but after that, he could definitely appeal to a lot of, libertarians who are more socially moderate and fiscally conservative. So I would bet that he could have a chance, but it would definitely be very close, since Vivek doesn't really... I mean, he definitely has the aggressive personality of Trump, but he's not Trump. So it'd be very close. I'd probably say that Gavin Newsom could probably win Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania's a reach, but, I feel like Vivek could win Wisconsin, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, and by then, he has a small lead. A governor versus another governor. So Gavin Newsom v. Ronda Sanchez could be kind of interesting, since, they debated once, and it'd be kind of I feel like that would definitely divide the nation a little bit, since it's very different ideologies, very different personalities. But, like I said before, Ron DeSantis could definitely have a good time winning the Republican nomination. I don't know about the general election, though. I'd say that he could definitely win. I'd probably say that he could win Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina. But Wisconsin could be very close. Gavin Newsom could have a lead in Michigan and Nevada, but Gavin Newsom could only have a small lead in Pennsylvania if he gets a lot of people like Josh Shapiro to campaign for him in there. And that's if they campaign hard for their ideals, which they probably will, since they're different personalities. But the hard part for the Republicans is they have to be on their A game for the next 4 years, or else there's going to be a lot of troubles with 2028. So we need to make sure. The Republicans need to make sure that they don't have a below average presidency. They could have Ron DeSantis reach out to people, and they also got to make him more likable. For our final probability that could happen is Gavin Newsom versus JD Vance. And like the other one, JD Vance could definitely have more of a lead in this situation. He could definitely campaign more to people who aren't in the cities but around them, since they feel they need change. And even though the Republicans will be kind of in control, they will be in control. They have control basically everything in politics right now. So They just need to make sure that they're likable, and they still need to appeal to new people while also, still playing around with those conservatives. I feel like Gavin Newsom could definitely win Nevada, maybe Michigan if they really try, but other than that, all the other swing states, Wisconsin, Arizona, North Carolina, Georgia, would definitely, I'd say probably go to JD Vance. But JD Vance would have a small lead in Pennsylvania, but overall, I'd say the Republicans probably won't have a big as victory in 2028 as they did in 2024, but maybe they could still win if they try really hard. Well, that's going to be it, you guys. If you have any disagreements with me, please go down in the comments. I mostly do a lot of improv. I barely use scripts, so I probably said something wrong in this video, and if you could comment what I said wrong, that would be great. And also, thanks to you all who have subscribed. I can't believe I got this far, so please watch my other videos. Comment down below other ideas you want me to put my thoughts on, and have a good day.